We built the body, you got the mechanical parts going, but now we're at the part where you really have the brains that have to go in. All the software, all the instrumentations, all the interfaces. When you push a button, does the valves, do they speak back to the system, the gates? So I think to me that's the more critical part, is ensuring that the intelligence of the whole operation system is in sync and is operating correctly.
In order to get flooding by the end of June 2015, then you will need to build the machine rooms, put in all the electromechanical equipment, the drums, put the gates in, there is location, and start testing the gates, as well as all the valves and bulkheads. The main milestone, flooding at the end of June, and then completion of the project at the beginning of 2016.
Very many lessons learned from this project. Definitely people are key. The right people for the right job is I think, the most important thing to keep in mind. If you're going to have a consortia, I would make sure that the consortia, if I'm going to do the pre-qualification, they have worked together at least in one project. It just makes life easier. It's bad enough that we have to deal with the new company. If they have never worked together among themselves, it makes things more complicated. Also, to get local knowledge, and not get it, but use it, take advantage. If you're a foreign company, make sure you get some local knowledge that will help you make your life easier. I would still don't have a preference between design build and design bid build. I think they're both good depending on what you want to do. So I would keep my mind open depending on the type of construction I want to do. I will go one way or another. If there's a designer of record, I will make sure that that designer of record is part of the consortia, not just a subcontractor. It's better to have more at stake in the project if you're the designer. Also, I would probably not have the same shares for the different companies in the consortia. I would have one leading company. If you want a successful project to avoid headaches, I think team building is crucial.
We had a crisis that started in November, but we were seeing the crisis coming. The contractor was running out of money. He stopped work for a few days. We all, I think, acted wisely. We decided to negotiate. They decided to negotiate. So we both sat and reached an understanding, and eventually an agreement based on the understanding, which fixed the problem of the funding of the project. But it is important to mention that this agreement was made within the contract. Our position throughout the crisis was that the contract was to be followed. We have a contract between the parties, and we have to do any maneuvering within the contract. And we did that, and we solved the funding for the project.
One of the things that I would always recommend on a very important project like the one we're running, especially because of the amounts of monies that we're talking about, is that you have to study it very well, and you have to study it in a timely manner. I mean, you cannot wait till it's too late and then you're taken over by events. The idea is that you have enough time to do the studies, to do the planning, and then go with the execution. If you do this right, you should be very close to what the price tag should be at the end of a project.